BKFC kicks off a scorching summer from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida. From inside Hard Rock Live, it's time to toe the line. The BKFC free preliminary fights start right now. What is up, fight fans? Welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship number 18. I'm Ron Kruk, thrilled to be back with the world's premier bare knuckle fighting promotion in the world for this massive fight. Tonight, the rock stars of the BKFC are ready to toe the line for the promotion's biggest pay-per-view event ever. 14 spectacular fights coming your way, with the first 4 free on Facebook, YouTube, and the Bare Knuckle TV app, which you can download at bkfc.com. But tonight's main card is loaded with some of the world's purest strikers, and it's highlighted by UFC veteran Pearl Gonzalez making her BKFC debut against Charissa Sigala, who is coming off a Fight of the Year performance back at Knucklemania. Then BKFC 18 delivers a quadruple header of title fights, beginning with the lightweight champion Luis Palomino defending his belt against an icon of Europe's bare knuckle boxing scene, Tyler Goodjohn. Then, for the first time, a BKFC middleweight champion will be crowned when MMA veteran Thiago Alves battles Yuli Diaz, who is coming off a record 3-second knockout. The inaugural BKFC Cruiserweight belt is on the line when 2 of the hardest-hitting men on the planet face off as Hector Lombard meets Joe Riggs. And finally, heavyweight champion Joey Beltran defends his strap for a second time when he squares off with BKFC vet Sam Shoemaker. Be a part of history tonight as the BKFC crowns 4 champions, and the only way to see it is by getting the Bare Knuckle TV app. Go to bkfc.com and download the app now. As usual, the 2 men with the best seats in the house who will be calling tonight's action are my man, Sean Wheelock, and MMA pioneer Chris Lights Out Lytle. Gentlemen, let's toe the line.
Ron, thank you very much. First up tonight, Chris, 185-pounders Eduardo Concepcion versus Gabe Brown. Both fighters not just making their bare knuckle debut, making their respective pro combat sports debut.
And you know, Sean, that's what makes this fight so exciting. You never know exactly how someone's going to do in their first fight. Sometimes they falter, sometimes they can just leap over that hurdle like a gazelle. But that's what's exciting about this. We're going to find out right now who's a real fighter and who's not. Time
now for the numbers. It is our tale of the tape, bout number 1 of 14. BKFC 18 live from Hollywood, Florida. Our tale of the tape is presented by Tiger Life Energy, the cleaner energy drink. Eduardo Concepcion versus Gabe Brown in the light heavyweight division.
And obviously what jumps out right here, you know, you get a little bit of a height advantage, but it's so different right now because even though Gabe Brown has a height advantage, he does not have the reach advantage. Usually it's a reach advantage. It's the big advantage for this because you can keep the guy at the end of your punches right there. This size fairly similar, weight fairly similar.
'25-year-old Gabe Brown from Louisville, Kentucky, said that he started watching our BKFC broadcast and he thought, I can do this, I want to do this. Brown told us he believes he's a good natural athlete with a brawler's instinct, Chris.
Yeah, he's definitely an athlete. He came out of football, he came out of wrestling. Those are 2 great things to be a fighter from.
Originally from Cuba, now based in nearby Miami, Florida, Eduardo Concepcion. feels that he has very good natural punching power. He works as a personal trainer, so no surprise that he believes he has outstanding cardio. Chris, he said, I'm going to work behind my jab, be fluid with my movement.
Yeah, that's great things that he's wanting to do right there. I know he feels like he has good cardio, but I don't care what anybody says. It's a different animal when you're out here. All the nerves and all the tenseness of being able to get hit and try and hit that other opponent, it changes things. So you can have great cardio, you can be able to run miles, but being out here in the squared circle, it's a little bit different.
Concepcion said he is now fulfilling his lifelong dream to be a pro fighter. 32 years old, and the moment is upon Eduardo Concepcion. He told us, I expect a very fast and aggressive start from Gabe Brown. I need to keep my composure. I can't stand directly in front of his punches.
Yeah, that's great right there. It's a smart thing to say. Another thing, he really wanted to make sure he doesn't let his opponent just stand out of range and sit there and pick him apart. He wants to push the pace, get inside if he has to. Like you said, he feels like he's a stronger fighter.
Big ovation as he enters the ring for Eduardo Concepcion. To get us started, we send it to the always outstanding Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to Hard Rock Live here at the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino here in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. We begin BKFC 18 with our preview portion of tonight's fights, starting with 5 2-minute rounds in the light heavyweight division, presented to you by Tiger Life Energy, the cleaner energy drink. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight, he wears black and white. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. His official weight, 188.1 pounds. He makes his bare-knuckle debut here tonight. Fighting out of Louisville, Kentucky, here is Gabe, the Berserker Brown. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black and white. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 182.7 pounds. Tonight, he makes his bare-knuckle debut. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Cuba. Here is Eduardo Concepcion. And our referee in charge of the action, Andrew Glenn.
This and all fights tonight, scored by 3 judges assigned by the Florida Athletic Commission on the 10-point must system, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. Referee Andrew Glenn bringing both fighters up to scratch. The scratch line's 3 feet apart. Buzz in the crowd here at Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. Already the chant of Concepcion.
All right, gentlemen, toe the line. Knuckle up.
Round number 1. Forward pressure from Gabe Brown to start, and down goes Gabe Brown. Just like that, a one-punch walk-away knockout win in his Pro Combat Sports debut for Eduardo Concepcion.
And that didn't take long. It was the first real punch he landed. Landed him right on the button. He just walked in with his hands out. He tried that stalking pressure. He was ready for it. Hit him with that big punch and knocked him out.
5 seconds is the time of the knockout. Yuli Diaz, who you will see later tonight, still is safe with his record of 3 seconds on the knockout, but the time from the Florida Athletic Commission, 5 seconds. Chris, 1 punch.
And you can tell when that hit him, his eyes went blank. He looking like he'd never been hit like that before. Caught him right on the button, and down he went. Look, he face planted. The referee did a great job. Want to see how hard exactly he was. That first one clipped him. It was that second one that got him right on the chin there, right in the mouth. He popped up quick, but you can see, look, he's trying to fight the ref. He doesn't know what's happening at this point.
Cool as you like, a walk-away knockout win for Eduardo Concepcion.
Yeah, you can see Brown was a little upset there. It's like, what, I'm good to go. You're not good to go. You think you are, but the referee did the right thing in that situation.
BKFC, we've had an 18-second knockout from Sam Shoemaker, a 3-second record knockout from Yuli Diaz, and now a 5-second knockout from the pro combat sports and bare knuckle debuter, Eduardo Concepcion.
I mean, we'd like to be able to get to see a little bit more of Concepcion. Not a lot you can tell from 5 seconds, but I'm sure we'll get to see him again.
Not only did he fulfill his lifelong dream to be a pro fighter, he won in 5 seconds.
He might want to enjoy it a little bit more, be out there for a minute, enjoy the surroundings. He didn't get that. He had 5 seconds, that's over. He's like, this sport's easy, I love it. It's not all gonna be that easy, but enjoy this one while it lasts.
Holding the flag of his native Cuba, Eduardo Concepcion playing to his many friends and family here in Hollywood, Florida. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Andrew Glenn, steps in and calls a stop to the fight for now the second fastest knockout in bare knuckle fighting history at 5 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Eduardo Concepcion.
Like we said there, 5 seconds, you can't tell much about him besides one thing. He can hit really hard.
Huge disappointment for Gabe Brown. He exploded off the line. But Concepcion landing that gorgeous right hand that absolutely swept Brown clean. Face forward on the knockdown, and indeed to the straight knockout is ruled by referee Andrew Glenn. The winner by way of first round knockout in 5 seconds of round number 1. Eduardo Concepcion defeats Gabe Brown.
Welcome to the world of Bare Knuckle TV. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $3.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full archive of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's available right now on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Over 1,000 hours of on-demand content, uncut and uncensored. All here, anytime you want, anywhere you want, for only $3.99 a month. Subscribe now exclusively at bktvapp.com.
Tonight only, subscribers to the Bare Knuckle TV app will receive 30% off of all apparel by using the promo code BKFC18 at bareknuckleshop.com. You can choose from a wide array of t-shirts, tanks, and hoodies in sizes for women, men, and kids. That's 30% off all apparel tonight only by using the promo code BKFC18 at bareknuckleshop.com. Bout number 2 of our free view as we count to our main card. This in the welterweight division. Yostenis Cedeno versus Alan Arzeno. Our tale of the tape is presented by Fusion CBD Sports Water.
Man, and a couple of things really jump out here at you. The reach is enormous. You got a 10-inch reach advantage right now for Cedeno. I mean, that's huge in this sport. If you can keep the guy at the end of that punch, make Alan Arzeno come in every time he's going to come in. He gets to pay the price. That's exactly what Yostenis wants to do. He has to make that reach work for him.
Alan Arzeno made his BKFC debut last November, a first-round TKO win versus Fred Pierce.
And right here you can see good punching power, throwing good shots. Fred Pierce is a veteran. He's still able to get the victory against a guy who's had many more fights than him in the squared circle.
That was weird the way he popped back up like that.
Alan Arzeno, 41 years old, a veteran of 17 pro MMA bouts, 4 pro Muay Thai bouts. at 1-0 in BKFC. Arzeno said because of his girlfriend, Claudia Zamora, who's a 3-1 pro MMA fighter, he's staying active in pro combat sports. He said, I train with her every day. That's what keeps me wanting to be an active fighter.
That's fantastic, because you have to have something in this sport to make you passionate about it. This isn't the type of sport you just come in and think, oh, I'm going to dabble it. You have to be all in or all out. Very smart with his last approach. He said he learned a lot. He wants to make sure this time he's not overly aggressive. He learned when you are overly aggressive, you set yourself up for counter punches. It only takes one hit in this sport to knock you out, and he understands that now. I thought something that he said was very intelligent too. He wants to make sure he's making constant adjustments, analyzing his opponent, watching what he's doing, and changing things as needed. That's very good for coming in off your first fight.
Yostenis Cedeno, the KFC debut, has fought 18 times in his pro MMA career, including 4 times in the UFC. Is a black belt in Shito-Ryu Karate. Cedeno said, the only fighter who remotely emulates my style is the great Lyoto Machida. Cedeno said, I bring creativity, I bring unique movement, unique angles from Shito-Ryu. I've combined that with my MMA striking to incorporate that into my bare knuckle game.
And I love something he said. He said he feels like his style is beautiful. That means he feels it's like an artwork. He's in, he's out. He's very fluid with his movements. He's got a lot of experience at high-level fights, so that should pay dividends here.
Cedeno said of Arzeno, he is not at my level, but I'm also realistic. I know this could and probably will come down to who lands the first clean, hard punch.
Well, like you said, he thinks he's definitely the better fighter. He feels like this is a pro fighter versus an amateur fighter. That's what he said. I love that quote. That's very nice. So he's got to prove it right now. You can say all you want, but when you get out there, it could be different stories.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are set for the next fight of the night, scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by Fusion CBD Sports Water. All the benefits you need for fast muscle recovery. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears white and red. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. His official weight, 164.9 pounds. He is undefeated as a bare knuckle fighter at 1-0. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, here is Alan the Rebel Arzeno. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight he wears pink. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, an even 166 pounds. He holds an MMA record of 11 victories, opposite 7 defeats with 1 draw, and makes his bare knuckle debut tonight. Fighting out of Hollandale Beach, Florida, here is Yostenis, the Pink Panther, and our referee in charge of the action, Big Dan Mergliata.
All right, gentlemen, let's toe the line.
Both fighters up to scratch, both based here in Florida. Cedeno originally from Cuba.
Knuckle up.
Arzeno originally from the Dominican Republic. Round number 1. Rapid fire start for Cedeno. He's in the pink trunks, white and red trunks for Arzeno. Jab to the body.
Close your fingers, close your fingers.
Cross to the body. Upright stance for Arzeno, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. Got to be careful with that big overhand right coming in.
Pairing of the jabs from Arzeno. Calmly walking forward in the pocket is Alan Arzeno.
You can tell Arzeno's just waiting to counter. He knows this guy's going to cove him in, moving in and out. A lot of speed. He wants to try and catch him at the end of one of those punches when he's coming in.
Arzeno naturally right-handed. He told us he will continually switch stances. You see he's in the orthodox stance now.
Yeah, that's one of his things he really talked about, switching stances. I haven't seen Cedeno be able to move that yet.
Slight switch of stance to southpaw, right back to orthodox. Zeno continues to walk forward. Overhand right, not through. 45 seconds remaining, round number 1. Feint with the left hand from Alan Arzeno. Resetting center of the ring. Jabs not getting through from Cedeno.
Well, it's difficult sometimes when you got a right-handed guy versus left hand that kind of throws away everything with that jab. It's a lot different than you have two right-handed or two southpaws. Usually what it boils down to, who can ever get that lead foot to the outside is going to win that battle.
Continual forward pressure from Alan Arzeno. Left hand gets through from Cedeno. That draws a reaction from this Hollywood, Florida crowd. Losing seconds, round number 1. Cedeno pulling back that overhand right. Tuck under from Arzeno. That is the end of round number 1.
Very technical first round right there, Sean. There was hard for anybody to really get much established because there's so much little things going on, a lot of feints. That southpaw versus a right-handed guy makes it very difficult. It's got to be whoever gets that lead foot to the outside has the straight left or the straight right down the pipe. I think that first round was a lot of feeling out, trying to see little things. If they can throw some feints, if they can do things to get the other opponent to react a little bit, it'll help them out to see what to do the next round. You can tell Arzeno right there, he was trying to stay upright. He's trying to get his opponent to engage so we can counter punch him. But I think he's finding out right now that Cedeno's pretty fast. It's kind of hard to counter.
Let's toe the line. Ready, toe the line? Ready?
Call of toe the line from referee Dan Mergliata. Knuckle up from Mergliata, round number 2. High tight striking guard for Arzeno coming forward immediately to start this second round. Cedeno keeps throwing that right hand naked without the jab setup. Chris not getting it through.
Yeah, very good defense by Arzeno right there. Just keep those hands high and tight like that. You need to start countering as soon as Cedeno throws a punch and he blocks it. He's got to counter because he knows his hands aren't going to be up.
Right hand again, that backs off Arzeno. Big right hand. Arzeno again resetting. What we have not seen from Cedeno are those constant switch of stances.
Yeah,
forward into the pocket.
I agree with that. I thought he'd switch stances a lot more, be in and out more, but he's kind of sitting there playing sometimes. But I think it's something Arzeno's doing. He's standing right in front of him. He's not falling into his trap.
Cedeno to the jab. Arzeno, you see, parrying that jab from the southpaw stance.
Doing a great job of parrying that punch, but he's not coming back with anything. He needs to parry that punch and that jab and come right back with his own right hand.
Overhand right, that'll be ruled a slip.
Nice and clean.
Right?
Stepped on your foot. I know. Watch step on his foot. You right? Ready?
Knuckle up. To say you stepped on his foot. Watch it. Now 40 seconds to go, round 2.
One thing I noticed is Cedeno, he's coming in pretty low. His head's ducked down when he throws that right hand a lot. So he's got to watch out for that uppercut. You can see looks like he got hit in the eye or something. He's having some problems with his right eye.
Cedeno again standing tall, walking forward. Open chest now for Cedeno. Cedeno definitely patting at his right eye. You see that. Overhand right to the inside. Second one partially landed. Arzeno walking right through it.
He's got a cut on his eye, Cedeno, underneath it. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough to really affect the fight because it's underneath, but it's just giving him some problems right now.
Well, definitely leaking from that cut under the right eye for Dennis Cedeno, and that is the end of round number 2.
Sean, these are some very tough rounds to call right here. They're very close. Nobody's really able to get the advantage. They're both fighting very different styles right now. Like I said, Arzeno's really looking like he wants to counter. He's coming forward with stalking pressure right there, waiting for Cedeno to come in. Cedeno's been pretty elusive right now. He comes in, but he hasn't really been able to make you pay the price for doing so. I mean, and you can really see in Arzeno's corners, they're kind of on him. They want him to put more pressure, I believe. Looks like they want him to move forward. They're really in his ear right now. And he's pretty fired up, not sitting down. He's pacing back and forth already. He's ready to go.
Oh, God. Seconds out. Let's go. Seconds out. Ready?
We're counting down to our main card, BKFC 18.
On the total line, guys, total line.
which will culminate with 4
the
world
whole
title
time.
fights for Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. You're with us worldwide for our free view. Dr. Don Muzi.
Beautiful. All right, let's go. Thank you, Doc.
Quick look. Dr. Muzi gives the
All right, total
okay.
line, gentlemen, ready?
To Cedeno. Now we are set
Buckle
for
up.
round number 3.
And sometimes when you get that first taste of blood right there, it kind of throws a fighter off. Let's see how he reacts here. He was supremely confident when we were talking to him earlier, but a lot of times a cut takes that confidence away.
Right hand not getting through again from Cedeno. He's been throwing, but he has not been landing. Good slips and pullbacks from Arzeno thus far.
Well, I'm noticing when Cedeno's throwing that right hand, it's looping, and that works a lot of times if you're fighting a right-hand guy, but he's fighting a southpaw, so it might be better to straighten that up and come right down the pipe with it.
Left hand from Arzeno coming forward. Chris, it's true in bare knuckle, it's true in all combat sports. In close rounds, judges correctly or incorrectly will often favor the forward pressure fighter, and so far that's Alan Arzeno.
Couldn't agree more. And I know even when I was fighting, that was one of the things I always felt like if it's a close fight, you got to push forward. You never know what the judges are looking at, but when you're coming forward, you're winning most of the time.
60 seconds remaining, round number 3.
And there's that stance change he kept talking about. He's doing it. I thought he'd do it more fluently. I thought he would change in the middle of the stances like he just did right there, but he's kind of picking southpaw, then he's going right hand. I figured he'd move back and forth more often.
Leaping left hand from that orthodox stance, not getting through for Yostena Cedeno. Cedeno's right eye rapidly swelling shut, that cut under the right eye that opened in round number 2.
And man,
Arzeno's just stalking pressure right in front of him the whole time, not letting him get away.
Running forward, you see the right hands, but again, good elusive head movement and footwork from Alan Arzeno. Overhand right again, that's blocked by Arzeno. Those are loading up punches from Cedeno, Chris, but just not getting through.
Here's the thing, Arzeno's doing a great job defending, but I don't know if he's landing enough punches, to be honest with you. I mean, I know neither guy's really landing much. He is getting that forward pressure. It's a very tough fight to call.
Right, that is the end of round number 3.
Man, I'm glad I'm not a judge in this one because very difficult, man. Both guys are able to do quite a bit of positive things, but I'm not seeing a lot of punches landed by either guy. And usually, like you talked about, when that's the case, it's usually the guy doing the forward pressure is winning, but not always. I think the #1 criteria for how a fight is judged is who's doing the most damage. But if there's not a lot of damage, then you have to go to something else.
Clean, effective striking.
Oh, there was a good punch that was landed right there as Cedeno gets Arzeno moving back and backpedaling. Luckily for him, he didn't run into the ropes. He was able to just continue more of a circular motion. Didn't get. If his back hits the ropes, that's a problem. You have nowhere else to go, and you take another clean shot then.
all right, gentlemen, total line.
Yostena Cedeno's right
Ready?
eye. It's definitely swelling, but it's still open as we start round number 4. As he's done in rounds 1, 2, and 3, Arzeno starts with forward pressure. Tall stance, working off the jab from the southpaw stance. There's the left hand.
You're seeing what Cedeno did right there. He threw his powerful punch. He threw his right hand, but he didn't step forward at all. And so Arzeno was able to counter it. As he throws that jab and throws that two, he's got to come forward and close that gap.
Chris, Cedeno told us in our fighter meeting he thought this would come down to who lands the first clean, hard punch. But right now I think it's coming down to not only Arzeno's forward pressure, but his volume.
Couldn't agree more.
Arzeno off the jab with the right hand. Loading up the left hand, there's the left cross. The right hand misses a dent for Yostena Cedeno.
And I do like the way Arzeno's stalking with his pressure. He gets right in front of his opponent and just dares him to throw, waiting to counter.
Overhand right again, misses. These are high energy punches from Yostena Cedeno.
Cedeno's throwing nothing but hard punches right now.
50 seconds remaining, round number 4.
I mean, even when he's throwing these jabs, he's not throwing them with bad intentions. He's just kind of throwing them out there as a range fighter. I'd like to see him step in and actually try to hit him with that jab.
That was a leaping left hook off the mark from Yostena Cedeno. This is a very methodical, measured performance thus far from Alan Arzeno. Slapping punch punch to the body. There's a right hook to the body from Cedeno. Arzeno walking through it.
And I like him working the body right now because when he throws over the top, he's coming up a little bit short with that overhead right. So he's got to change it up, either throw the straight right or throw something to the body.
Close your fingers, close your fingers.
With the right hand, Denver Gliata telling both fighters, close your fingers. Right pokes have been virtually non-existent in BKFC.
Okay,
just a warning, we didn't see it there.
No,
Next
when he
stop,
comes in,
the
your
fifth
fingers are
and
open,
final
you
round.
accidentally pull.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like I said, very difficult to call this fight. I'm glad I'm not a judge. Now, talking to Cedeno, I know one thing he talked about was he lost about 25 pounds in 3 weeks to make this, so you'd wonder if conditioning is going to be a factor, but he looks like he's pretty good right now.
There's a tendency for fighters who debut in BKFC, they think 10 minutes is nothing, especially if they come out of MMA and they've done 5-round fights. But to make a running analogy, not that I've ever run, but to make a running analogy, this is more like a 200 meter as opposed to a 5K.
Exactly, you know, this is a sprint, and so it's a little bit different.
All right, ready?
Fifth and final round. Goes Dennis Cedeno in his bare knuckle fighting championship debut versus Alan Arzeno, who enters 1-0 in BKFC.
And there's a little bit more of the change in stances the way I thought he would. Southpaw, back to right hand. That was back to southpaw. That's what I thought he'd do the whole fight. He hadn't really been doing it.
Cedeno not quite dismissive of Alan Arzeno's skill set, but he did say he was basically a street fighting amateur. But Arzeno has looked very technical to this point in the fight.
He definitely looks like he's the veteran of the sport. You know, I know he only had one fight, but it paid huge dividends.
See that stalking, mirroring pressure continually from Alan Arzeno, and that continues here in the round number 5.
And I am very impressed with Arzeno's ability to stand right in front of his opponent and dare him to fight him.
Right hand not getting through on the overhand from Cedeno. 60 seconds remaining in this welterweight bout.
I mean, when they get in that situation, Cedeno just keeps to wing that right hand that's not coming near landing. He's got to straighten that out, change it up a little bit, come with a hook afterwards.
Misses from Arzeno. There's the jab to the body from Cedeno. And you see that continual forward pressure from Arzeno, eliminating time and space on Cedeno. On the right hand from Dennis Cedeno. Now 25 seconds remaining in this fight. Arzeno now actually waving his opponent forward to the center of the ring.
Yeah, you know, one thing we haven't seen is here many clinches. They're not clinching up at all, which you would have thought you might see some.
Cedeno opening up, flipping right hand. You saw Arzeno spin out. Now Cedeno coming forward with aggression. There's the left hand and duck under from Arzeno. Cedeno coming forward again. That is the end of the fight.
Man, like I said, very difficult fight to judge. I have no idea what to expect from this one, Sean. I mean, usually we talk about the person with the forward pressure wins. We're going to find out if we're accurate with that statement right there, right now. And the good thing about this, if you see that and you're in the back and you're getting ready to fight, then you know exactly what the judges are looking for. If they're looking for forward pressure right there, if he wins the fight, Arzeno, then you know that's what's happening. And this is what we were kind of looking for the whole time. These two guys just coming out and winging punches this whole time. I think they both knew they were in a close fight. Whoever landed that big punch you talked about is probably going to win. So Cedeno felt a sense of urgency. He's stalking his opponent right there, right to the very end.
See both fighters playing to the crowd here in Hollywood, Florida at Hard Rock Live. The 3 Florida Commission judges having their scorecards tallied.
Now, I wouldn't say it's taking a long time right now, but if it takes a long time, you know that usually means some kind of shenanigans, you know.
Something other than a unanimous decision.
We got Arzeno right now talking about, look at my face, I didn't really get touched here, and he's right. He looks like he hasn't been touched enough.
Alan Arzeno leaning through the ropes, talking directly to you and me, Chris, and that's what he was saying. Look at my face, I didn't get touched, I didn't get cut.
Yeah. You know, when you don't get touched and you're walking forward with stalking pressure, it is kind of hard to figure how you would lose a fight.
We're counting down from this preview. You're with us worldwide to our main card, BKFC 18. The only way to watch is on Bare Knuckle TV. Download it now at bkfc.com. Our BKFC 18 card will culminate with 4 world title fights. To learn the winner of this fight, we send it to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the scheduled 5 rounds, here are the score totals from our judges at ringside. Vicente Rodriguez scores the fight 49-46 in favor of Arzeno. Manuel Marquez Jr. scores the fight 49-46 in favor of Cedeno. And John Rupert scores the fight 49-46 to the winner by split decision, Jos Dennis, the Pink Panther, Cedeno.
Wow, and a very good victory for Cedeno in a very close fight. He shows he's got an interesting style, tough to hit, but man, you never know on a split decision exactly what happened.
So 2 judges seeing it 49-46. That's 4 rounds to 1 for Jos Dennis Cedeno. The dissenting judge seeing it 49-46, 4 rounds to 1 for Alan Arzeno. A rare fight in BKFC that goes the full 5 rounds and 10 minutes. The winner, by way of split decision, Jos Dennis Cedeno defeats Alan Arzeno.
Welcome to the world of Bare Knuckle TV. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $3.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full archive of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live Bare Knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's available right now on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Over 1,000 hours of on-demand content, uncut and uncensored. All here, anytime you want, anywhere you want, for only $3.99 a month. Subscribe now exclusively at bktvapp.com.
Hi, I'm Mystic Zach here tonight to go over the odds brought to you by BetOnline.ag. There's 3 huge fights that I'm looking at tonight. First off, Francisco Ricky taking on Brian Maxwell. Brian Maxwell is a guy who earlier this month took on Chad Johnson in a big-time boxing match. Francisco Ricky 2-0 inside the squared circle. He's coming in at plus money, and I think that's excellent value. Then my other 2 favorite fights are the first 2 title fights. First off, Luis Palomino taking on Tyler Goodjohn. Luis Palomino, in my opinion, is the absolute best bare-knuckle boxer on the planet. He has absolute power in both his hands. He has proven to be very electric inside the squared circle, and I think he's looking at another knockout win tonight. Then my next fight, the fight of the night to me, Thiago Alves taking on Yuli Diaz. Thiago Alves coming in at minus 210, while Diaz coming in at plus 180. Diaz in his last fight had the fastest knockout ever recorded in BKFC history, while Alves is also undefeated inside the squared circle. One thing's for sure, tonight's going to be an action-packed night of fights here tonight at the biggest show in BKFC history, BKFC 18. Back to you, Sean.
BKFC 18, coming to you live tonight from Hollywood, Florida, is presented by 8-Man Strong. BetOnline.ag. Burnt River Farms. And by Fusion CBD Sports Water. This is our preview. You're with us worldwide as we are at an electrifying and jam-packed Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 18. We're counting down to our main show.
The Way to Watch is on Bare Knuckle TV. We now move to about at 165 pounds, Fames versus Paul Teague. The numbers are presented by BetOnline.ag.
And Paul Teague has a huge advantage in the reach category. Height advantage is there, but like I always talk about, I think the reach is a much more telling sign. He's got a good reach advantage, 9 inches right there. That means he has the advantage. He can stay outside and he can try and make Fames pay every time he comes in. Fames has to come in with hard shots, overhand looping shots to get over that guard and land on the chin of Paul Teague.
This is the BKFC debut for Paul Teague, but it's his second bare knuckle bout. Teague's bare knuckle debut, September of last year, a toe of the line won. Lost in the first round versus Bobby Taylor. Teague said after that defeat, he really now has a better understanding of the importance of body shots, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, he really realized that we've talked about that before. In this sport, you don't have the padding of a glove. That kind of disseminates and makes it big in the area you hit. When you hit these with a little fist, it digs right in. It can be very painful in the night really quick. So body punches are huge. He's had a fight out. He understands that. There's nothing like getting that first fight out of the way. It makes you a much better fighter understanding what's going on. I like what he said. He wants to work on angles, wants to always have his hands up. Very important.
In an era when musicians are transitioning to fighting, this is a fighter, and a legitimate fighter transitioning to music. Bare knuckle debut for Fames, 4-0 in his pro boxing career, all 4 wins by way of knockout. He is an accomplished R&B singer and rapper. Fames spoke very much like a fighter and not like a musician in our fighter meeting. He said his fighting style is based off of dance-like movement. He is very patient. He said of Paul Teague, I think he wants to suck me into a brawl. I don't want to overcommit. I'm going to wait for him to overcommit, and then I'm going to counter.
That's fantastic, and you got to like that. Somebody, what you said, this isn't a singer who wants to become a fighter. This is a fighter who's doing it the opposite way. So I'm liking to see that. I got a lot of respect for what he's doing, undefeated so far. Looks like he has power. I thought it was very interesting. Dance-like movements has developed his style. I think that's hilarious. But like you said, he doesn't want to get in a brawl. He wants to be the better boxer in the situation.
Back we go to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Presented to you by BetOnline.ag. Introducing you first, fighting out of the red corner. Tonight he wears gray and black. He stands at even 6 feet tall. His official weight, 160.5 pounds. He steps into the squared circle as a bare knuckle fighter for the second time. Fighting out of Union, South Carolina, here is Paul the Ninja Turtle Teague. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears black. He stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. His official weight, 159.5 pounds. He holds an undefeated pro boxing record at 4-0 and makes his bare knuckle debut tonight. Fighting out of the 305, Miami, Florida. Here is the Heartbreak Kid, Fames. And the referee in charge charge of the action, Telis Asimeños.
Bare knuckle debut for the referee Telis Asimeños. As referee Canelo Alvarez, Devin Haney, and Gennady Golovkin over the past 8 months. Put him together with Murgliata. This is big time, Chris. The bell in round number 1. Black and gold trunks for Fames. Dark gray trunks for Paul Teague.
And I don't know if
He is down, and here is the count from Asimeños.
He looked up right away and he sat right back down, so he's hurt. He's not getting out. They're not letting this go.
That is it! Just like that, welcome to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship Fames.
How many seconds was that one? Are we going to break it again?
Well, there was the 10 count from referee Telis Asimeños.
Okay, you're right.
So I'm going to say somewhere around 15.
We're still breaking records before this, you know, it was in the top 3 at least, probably. I got to be honest with you here, Sean. I have a new favorite singer who's a fighter, you know? I mean, of all the fighters, singers slash, Fames is it. I mean, look at this right hand, beautifully set up. He's waiting. Paul Teague's is coming in, switching stance right here, just waiting for right opportunity, ducked it, and threw the big right hand, landed right on the button. And right there, Paul Teague's coming up with, he talked about having his hands up the whole time. One thing he had up was his chin up. That's a big thing, chin down, hands up. He did the opposite. He put his chin straight up, and when you hit on the chin with it up there, the fight's gonna be over.
That is a really impressive performance for Fames. Professional boxer, now professional BKFC fighter.
Oh, yeah.
An R&B singer and rapper in his bare knuckle debut. What did Fames tell us? I'm going to wait for Teague to overcommit, and then I'm going to throw.
Well, that's exactly what it did. I love it when you have a game plan and it comes together and it works. That's exactly what happened. Waited for Teague to come in with that chin up, threw the overhand right, pop.
Here is Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Telis Asimeños, reaches the count of 10 at 17 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, the Heartbreak Kid, Fames!
Huge punch right there. Great job by Fames. He took advantage of his opponent coming with the chin up, put him out.
Brian Socha is with the winner.
I'm here with Fames. First round knockout. I don't know how many seconds it was in. That was quick, in front of your hometown crowd. You got to be feeling great right now.
I feel amazing. I feel like I should be here. All these people, it's like, I'm not even nervous. I love all of you. Thank you for coming out. Seriously, all these tickets mean the world. David Feldman built an amazing organization, and the kid is here. The kid is fucking here.
The kid is here. He's saying the kid is here. And you came into this. Did you expect it to end that quick?
Yeah, we did that like 100 times back then.
Lady.
I just feel like I'm truly gonna be the next superstar in this division. Again, I just want to say thank you to everybody. You don't understand how much this moment means to me. And another thing, just a quick message before I go ahead into my sponsors. If you're a little kid out there and you feel alone, and you feel like you want to hurt yourself, understand that you are not alone, and I speak for you and everybody else in the world that feels depression. And yeah, man, so let's shout out these sponsors.
A great message from Fames. Ladies and gentlemen, from Fames to Sean. Thank you, Fames.
Fames with a gorgeous right hand, dropping Paul Teague, and then taking the full 10 count from referee Telis Asimeños. His stock has gone up as a fighter, and his sales will go up as a recording artist. The winner, by way of first round knockout in 17 seconds, Fames defeats Paul Teague.
The most exciting combat sport in the world comes to Tampa. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, live Friday, July 23rd from Florida State Fairgrounds. Watch as Paige Van Zandt throws hands with Rachel Ostovich in their highly anticipated rematch. Plus, the Platform Showdown. featuring hip-hop artist Blueface. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, Friday, July 23rd, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Download it now at bkfc.com.
Our final bout of our free view you're watching worldwide, then we will switch to our main card on Bare Knuckle TV, BKFC 18. This in the lightweight division. Montasser Abu Ghali versus Luke Parsons. The numbers are presented by Royal Kratom, 100% natural pain relief.
Now, you got to like the tail of the tape. It kind of gives you a preview of what's going to happen, who has the advantage, who has a disadvantage. This one, everything's being very similar. Nobody really has an advantage. Nobody has a disadvantage. A lot of very similarities in these guys' physical attributes. So we're just going to have to see what happens when they come out and fight.
This is the pro combat sports debut for 40-year-old Luke Parsons, who is dedicating this fight to his wife Samantha, who he said has believed in his dream. Parsons chased that dream this year to 2 Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship tryouts. First in Alabama, where he drove from his home in Arizona. He was not selected, so he said, I'll try one more time, and he told his wife Samantha, if they don't choose me, I am done with this dream. He flew to New York, he was selected, and now he's on the big stage, Chris.
You know, I was actually there for the tryouts in Alabama. Talked with him, talked with his brother. He was so passionate about it. I was like, you came all the way from Arizona. That's a heck of a drive. You got to like that dedication. You got to like somebody who's willing to put everything into their dream, and that's what he's doing right now.
Luke Parsons said, I'm going to open up early and look for a quick knockout, but if it doesn't come, then I go to plan B. And that involves me stepping back and establishing my jab.
And I love that, absolutely. You go out there right away, you look for the big knockout right away, because people watch it, they know that happens a lot. You can tell tonight you watched a couple really quick knockouts, but then if not, you got to change gears, you got to go back and you got to establish your jab, and you got to turn this into a real fight.
Parsons said, very clear-eyed in his assessment of his opponent, Montasser Abu Ghali, I think he can probably outbox me, so I'm not going to let him turn this into a boxing match. If I can't get that quick knockout, step back, establish the jab, in and out movement, constant pressure, change the tempo, control the rhythm.
Yeah, he wants to land that big right hand when his opponent comes in, just like we just watched in the last fight. Wait for the right time, throw that overhand right. That's something he's been working on, and we see it works. It worked in the last fight.
David Diaz is sitting just behind our commentary position. He had a successful Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut earlier this year, defeating Spencer Ruggieri. Both of those fighters selected from the BKFC tryouts. And now the opportunity for the successful trialist, Luke Parsons.
And I love the fact that we're doing these tryouts. We're trying to find the right kind of fighters, not only who have the right look, but have the right story, why they're doing this. How important is this to you? That's one of our biggest things. We want the why factor and what this means to you. It means the world to a lot of these fighters.
This is the Pro Combat Sports debut for 21-year-old Montasser Abu Ghali, a full 19 years younger than his opponent Luke Parsons. Abu Ghali from Egypt, now based in Miami, Florida. Said he feels he has overall speed, reaction time. He said, I want to make this an inside fight, but be very calculated in doing so.
Yeah, wants to stay on the inside, wants to throw a lot of punches. He doesn't feel like his opponent is as technical in him, so he feels like when he gets inside, his opponent's going to throw looping punches and he can stay nice and tight.
To get our final prelims started, before we switch to our main card, we send it back to Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now set for the next fight of the night. Scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Presented to you by Royal Kratom, 100% natural pain relief. Introducing you first, fighting on the red corner. Tonight he wears black and red. He stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. His official weight, 155.2 pounds. Tonight he makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Prescott, Arizona. Here is Luke Lionheart Parsons. And across the ring, his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. Tonight, he wears red, trimmed in black and white. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. His official weight, 153.3 pounds. Tonight, he also makes his bare knuckle debut. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, by way of Cairo, Egypt. Here is Montasur Abu Ghali. And our referee in charge of the action, Chris Young.
Montasur Abu Ghali said, I have to keep throwing straight punches, continual 1-2 combinations. I'm going to try to overwhelm Luke Parsons.
Red corner, you ready? Blue corner, you ready? Let's knuckle up.
Both fighters up to scratch. Round number 1. And down goes Luke Parsons just like that. There's the mandatory 8 count from referee Christopher Young. Parsons back to his feet.
7, 8. Walk to me, champ. All right. Let's knuckle up.
He's still hurting. That's the way you got to love them. Towing the line like this, stepping right there. You know a big punch is coming right away.
Down again goes Parsons.
2, 3.
Again taking the mandatory 8 count from Christopher Young.
6.
Parsons' balance is off right now. His legs are not there. He's got to try and tie up right now.
All right, let's knuckle up.
He needs to tie up right now.
Looking for the finish, and that is it. Game, set, match, Montasur Abu Ghali.
Great job by Montasur right there. He smelled blood. He knew his opponent was hurt, and he was not going to let him off the hook by that. He came out right away. Oh, he's still trying to fight.
Calm down. It's over. It's over, champ. It's over, baby. Okay.
Huge disappointment for Luke Parsons and elation for Montasur Abu Ghali.
And it's hard to tell right now if he's just upset. And right off the go right there, just hit him right on the chin. That's very key. We have a lot of these fighters who are not keeping their chin down. Look at him. He sees the punch coming. You get hit in the chin, your chin gets turned, you're probably going down. That was the second one. Right on the button right there. He fell very badly. He actually landed a little punch himself right there. I didn't see it. He was really upset about that too. He said his opponent hit him when he was on the ground or something. I'm not really sure.
There is no 3 knockdown rule under this BKFC rule set, but that's great refereeing. Despite the protestations from Luke Parsons, from Christopher Young, Parsons quite simply was done.
Oh yeah, I mean, it was after he got hit the first time, you could tell his legs were never underneath him. And that's where that experience has to come into play. You got to know when you're hurt. That's the time you got to tie up. That's when you got to hold on. And where the referee says break it up, you don't even break it. You make him physically pull you apart. That's where the experience comes into play.
If you're new to Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship, our 4 preliminary bouts that you're watching live worldwide free of charge, what this sport is all about. 3 first-round knockouts and a hard-fought split decision. See the big smile on the face of 21-year-old Montasur Abu Ghali. Here's Jeff Houston.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee in charge, Chris Young, steps in and calls a stop to the fight at 34 seconds into round number 1 for your winner by KO, Montasur Abu Ghali.
Now, you know, we didn't get to see a lot from Abu Ghali, but one thing we did see is he has killer instinct, and he's going to go for the finish whenever he gets the opportunity.
His name means victorious in Arabic. Montasur Abu Ghali victorious here in his Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship debut. The winner is with Brian Sosha.
Wow. Wow, I mean, that was amazing. Your pro combat sports debut, what a way to start it off.
I mean, I knew this was gonna happen. I envisioned this in my head a million times. It was just time to execute. I'm here. I'm here. I'm the youngest prospect. I'm the youngest one on the card. I'm here to make a statement. I made this statement. Everybody's gonna know my name. I'm fucking here.
He's here. We're excited you're here. And we saw what a mutual show of respect between the both of you at the end. We always like to see that. What was said?
You know, before anything, he reached out to me. He told me he appreciated the opportunity. Being the guy that I am, I'm always humble and respectful, always. I told him, of course, you know, it was just time to get to work. And as soon as they said knuckle up, we were just gonna give him a bang. And that's what we did. We came and put on a show.
You said you wanted to overwhelm early, and you overwhelmed early. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Let's throw it back to Sean.
Brian, thank you. Valiant in defeat is Luke Parsons. This was his dream, but it was a dream-like performance and victory for Montasser Abu Ghali. 3 knockdowns in 34 seconds and the victory. The winner, by way of first-round TKO, Montasser Abu Ghali defeats Luke Parsons. Welcome to the world of Bare Knuckle TV. Watch every live Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship pay-per-view event for only $3.99 per month. Enjoy our all-new library of content, including unlimited access to the full archive of BKFC pay-per-views, behind-the-scenes access, exclusive BKFC original series, and additional live bare knuckle fights from around the globe. You can access it anywhere you want, anytime you want, instantly on most streaming devices. It's available right now on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Over 1,000 hours of on-demand content, uncut and uncensored. All here, anytime you want, anywhere you want, for only $3.99 a month. Subscribe now exclusively at bktvapp.com.
The most exciting combat sport in the world comes to Tampa. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, live Friday, July 23rd from Florida State Fairgrounds. Watch as Paige Van Zandt throws hands with Rachel Ostovich in their highly anticipated rematch. Plus, the Platform Showdown, featuring hip-hop artist Blueface. Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship 19, Friday, July 23rd, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, on the Bare Knuckle TV app. Download it now at bkfc.com.
A red-hot summer for the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship. That's coming up in July. But first, we've got business to take care of here at BKFC 18. We hope you've enjoyed the free view. 3 knockouts in 4 fights, 1 at 5 seconds, 1 at 17, and 1 at 34. Unbelievable. If that doesn't make you want to get the pay-per-view, maybe you should be watching Cornhole or something. It's time now to get the pay-per-view and the Bare Knuckle TV app. Go to bkfc.com and download the Bare Knuckle TV app now. It's time for BKFC number 18 and the pay-per-view.